Hello and good morning. My name is James Royster. I'm a family nurse practitioner and university professor in Los Angeles, California. As a university professor, I teach critical care to master prepared nursing students and bachelor prepared nursing students. I also teach advanced physical assessment. I am a recent new student at Regis College for Doctorate of Nursing Practice, DNP, and Psych Mental Health Nurse Practitioner. Today, we're going to discuss cultural competent healthcare for Pacific Islanders, a transcultural approach. The assignment objectives is to gain a comprehensive understanding of the cultural intricacies and healthcare needs specific to Pacific Islanders, explore the theoretical foundations of cultural competence in healthcare, focusing on a theory by Dr. Madeline Linginger, discuss practical strategies in integrating cultural competence in advanced practice nursing, identify future implications for research and practice. Understanding the unique healthcare needs of Pacific Islanders is crucial in delivering equitable and patient-centered care. This introduction highlights the significance of cultural competency in addressing these needs and improving health outcomes within the Pacific Islanders community. Today, I'm excited to discuss the importance of cultural competent healthcare for Pacific Islanders. Our focus will be understanding their unique healthcare needs, exploring strategies to improve health outcomes through cultural competence. The healthcare landscape for Pacific Islanders presents unique challenges and opportunities. Delving into the intricacies of their cultural norms, beliefs, and practices, we can bridge gaps in healthcare delivery and promote greater equality and inclusively. Culturally competent care not only respects the diversity of Pacific Islanders communities, but also fosters trust and strengthens therapeutic relationships. Let's talk a little bit about Pacific Islanders culture. Pacific Islanders culture norms including collectivism, extended family ties, and spirituality. And I stress spirituality significantly influence health beliefs and practices. As a professor, I do clinical as well. I take my students into hospitals and we go on the med surg floors or tele, and we do SBAR, and they have to present an SBAR at the post conference situation, background, assessment, recommendations. During the SBAR, at the end of the day, I'd say the S doesn't only stand for situation. I added a little Professor Royster to it, and I say spirituality needs to be addressed. And a lot of the students will say, "Well, they don't have a religious belief," and Mike, how do you know? And you have to ask. And understanding that some cultures, including mine, and I'm a Christian, it is a part of their healing to know that their family and loved ones are there. Some patients want their pastor there or their priest. You don't address their spirituality, which could be a huge impact on their healing. Case in point, Pacific Islanders. They hold that dear to their healing, is spirituality. It's all about respect. I often tell my students, I can't teach you how to care. I can't teach that, but hopefully I can inspire you. Furthermore, the Pacific Islanders, their language diversity and traditional healing methods are also essential aspects of Pacific Islanders culture. Pacific Islanders culture is indeed a tapestry woven with rich traditions, values, and beliefs that deeply shape health behaviors and perceptions. Central to this culture is the concept of collectivism, where community ties and shared responsibilities form the cornerstones of social interaction and decision making. Embracing this collective mindset is pivotal in understanding how Pacific Islanders approach healthcare decisions and seek support within their communities. Furthermore, spirituality holds profound significance in Pacific Islanders culture, influencing not just individual beliefs, but also healthcare practices and coping mechanisms. By recognizing the spiritual dimensions of health and illness, healthcare providers can offer more holistic care that resonates with the cultural beliefs of Pacific Islander patients. Moreover, linguistic diversity and traditional healing practices reflect the diverse cultural landscapes within Pacific Islanders community. Geiger 2020. These elements serve as vital conduits for communication and healing, offering insights into patients' culture, identities, and preferences. By honoring linguistic diversity and respecting traditional healing methods, healthcare providers can cultivate trust and rapport with Pacific Islanders patients, ultimately facilitating more effective and cultural sensitive care. Let's talk about Dr. Madeline Linginger, culture care theory. The culture care theory offers a framework for understanding and addressing the healthcare needs of Pacific Islanders. Dr. Linginger's 2020 theory emphasizes the importance of culture congruence in achieving positive health. Dr. Linginger's culture care theory stands as a foundational framework that resonates profoundly in the context of providing healthcare to Pacific Islanders. At its core, Dr. Linginger's theory underscores the critical importance of cultural congruence in healthcare delivery. It advocates for a paradigm shift where cultural values, beliefs, and practices are not only acknowledged, but integrated into the care process. As we navigate the intricacies of culture care theory, we unearth its potential to guide our interactions and interventions with Pacific Islander patients. By embracing its principles, we honor the diversity and uniqueness of each individual cultural background, fostering an environment of respect, understanding, and trust. Furthermore, Linger's theory challenges us to move beyond one-size-fits-all approach to healthcare. Instead, embrace the richness of cultural diversity. By aligning our care practices with the cultural context of our patients, we can enhance patient satisfaction, improve health outcomes, forge stronger therapeutic alliance with Pacific Islanders communities. In essence, the culture care theory serves as a beacon illuminating the path towards culture sensitive and patient-centered care for Pacific Islanders. Well, let's talk about the basic premise of culture care theory. One's culture profoundly impacts health and well-being, making cultural congruent care essential. Linginger's theory underscores the importance of recognizing and integrating cultural diversity into healthcare practice. The fundamental premise of culture care theory underscores the profound influence of culture on health and well-being. Recognizing that culture permeates every aspect of an individual's life, the theory advocates for healthcare practices that align with patients' cultural backgrounds. By acknowledging and integrating cultural values, beliefs, and practices into care delivery, healthcare providers can foster an environment where patients feel understood, respected, and empowered. When they're at their lowest, they're sick, they feel powerless. But if healthcare can foster this environment where patients feel understood and respected, it empowers them. Throughout this session, we'll delve deeper into why cultural sensitive care is not just desirable, but imperative for promoting positive health outcomes among Pacific Islanders. We'll explore how cultural congruence in healthcare interventions leads to increased patient satisfaction, improved treatment adherence, and ultimately better health outcomes. I used to work for an organization, an HMO, and I was a house supervisor. And we had to do leadership rounds. And I would go talk to every patient. On a unit. Sometimes I will vary the units I would pick. But I would go talk to them, how's your nursing care? They saw the white coat, they recognized the leadership, and sometimes I would get different answers. Some will be good, some not so good. It could be the day shift did a great job, or the evening shift did a great job. Not so great on the day shift, not so great on the evening. We did these leadership rounds because we wanted to see how nursing care was impacting patient satisfaction. And I would remind them to, if they saw something exemplary, to put it in a drop box. We had drop boxes. Tell us about your nursing experience. This did improve our patient outcomes, our patient satisfaction, and patient outcomes by doing these leadership rounds and the nurses being aware that the leadership rounds were being done, promoted better patient interaction, hourly rounds, knowing that they're a shared patient with the nurses have other patients. But it was very vital to them to know that people care. As I stated before, I can't teach you how to care, but hopefully I can inspire you. And that's one story that I tell my students about hourly rounds, about being purposeful, letting the patients know that they're just not a patient in the bed, that you do care about how their care is being provided to them. Pacific Islanders are no different. The culture care theory serves as a guiding framework, emphasizing the importance of culture, humility, openness, and continuous learning in providing effective care to diverse patient populations. Linginger, 2020. As we navigate through the principles of culture care theory, we'll uncover practical strategies for incorporating cultural competence into our practice, ultimately enhancing the quality and effectiveness of healthcare delivery for Pacific Islanders and beyond. Diving deeper, concepts defined. Cultural care, cultural competence are central concepts in providing culturally sensitive care to Pacific Islanders. Linginger's theory fits very well with their culture. Understanding and incorporating these concepts they're vital for healthcare personnel. Cultural care, and cultural competence serves as a foundation concept in our quest to provide effective care to our Pacific Islander patients. Each concept plays a crucial role in shaping our approach to healthcare delivery with diverse cultural contexts. Culture encompasses the shared beliefs, values, customs, and behaviors that characterize a particular group of people. It serves as the lens through which individuals perceive and interpret the world around them. Understanding the nuances of Pacific Islanders culture enables us to establish a rapport, build trust, and tailor our care to meet their unique needs. Cultural care refers to the application of culturally sensitive knowledge, attitudes, and skills in healthcare delivery. It recognizes that healthcare practices must be congruent with patients' cultural beliefs and practices to promote optimal health outcomes. Optimal. Let's look at that word for a minute. Optimal. Patient may have diabetes, but are they on 5 meds? Are they on 2 meds? What is their optimal health? Can we help them reach their optimal health goals? May not cure their diabetes, but we can get them to their optimal wellness goals. Culture care, as I stated, refers to the application of cultural sensitive knowledge, attitudes, and skills in healthcare delivery. It recognizes that healthcare practices must be congruent with patients' cultural beliefs and practices to promote optimal health outcomes. By incorporating cultural care into our practice, we honor the diversity of Pacific Islanders communities, help to empower patients to actively participate in their care journey. In this session, we will delve even deeper into definitions of these concepts and explore their practical implications for delivering cultural competent healthcare to Pacific Islanders. Through a deeper understanding of cultural care, and cultural competence, we can strive towards equitable, patient-centered care that respects and honors the cultural diversity of our patients. Okay, let's look at this graphic representation of what we call the sunrise model. It's a cultural care worldview. And as you can see in the center, the arrow is pointing out the influence of care. You can see what, on a worldview, what people value. Cultural values right there at the top, and life ways, kinship, and social factors. Very huge with Pacific Islanders. The kinship, the economic factors, and people that worry about money. Doesn't not just Pacific Islanders, but people in general in the hospital. That has an impact. I used to see, as I also was an ICU nurse, and I was very protective of my patients. And I will see the financial office come, and families not at the bedside, the patients not feeling well. They could even be, on a vent, and here they come with their tablet, and this is with you. Oh, I'm like, there's no family here. And a lot of times I would refer them to go talk to case management. And, because once they're in my bed, they're my patient, and I'm going to protect them. Because, titrating drips or just providing great quality nursing care. That doesn't just mean making sure that they have proper oral care or adjusting my drips or, you know, providing inline suctioning. It's also the patient's family is there. They're part of the patient. And a lot of those would cause a lot of stressors to the patient and become like sometimes even even though they're not talking directly to the patient, they'll be talking to family members, and you can see the reaction to the patient. And he's like maybe sedated or whatever, but you can see they'll start triggering the vent. They'll start, becoming hemodynamically unstable. And I'm like, oh, that's it. You have to go. Case management, social work. I would use all my resources. This patient and this patient's family don't need to be burdened with this, especially in front of the patient. And I know we all have to pay the bills, and I know that the hospital is a company as well, but they were my patient, and I'm a huge patient advocate to this day. So the sunrise model is visually depicts the dynamic interaction between cultural factors and health outcomes. It serves as a guide for healthcare practices, emphasizing the significance of culture considerations. Again, let me iterate. The sunrise model stands as a powerful visual representation of the intricate interplay between cultural factors and health outcomes. Depicting culture as the rising sun, it illustrates how culture beliefs, values, and practices influence an individual's healthcare behaviors and perceptions. By examining the sunrise model, we gain profound insights into holistic nature of healthcare with Pacific Islanders communities. Each ray of sunshine represents a different dimension of culture, such as language traditions, beliefs, and social structures, casting a light on the multifaceted influences that shape health outcomes. Understanding the significance of the sunrise model guides our approach to providing cultural competent care. It prompts us to consider the broader cultural context in which healthcare decisions are made, encouraging us to embrace diversity and tailor our interventions accordingly. As we navigate through the sunrise model, we uncover strategies to enhance cultural awareness, communication, and sensitivity in our interactions with Pacific Islander patients. By leveraging the insights provided by the sunrise model, we can foster deeper connections, promote trust, and ultimately improve health outcomes with Pacific Islanders communities. I'm not just a number. I'm just not another patient. I'm an individual. I'm an individual. It's what patients like to feel like they matter, not just another person in a bed. The basic principles of the culture care theory, individualize and culturally congruent care is individualized and culturally congruent care are fundamental principles of the culture care theory. I'm not just a number, I'm not just a patient. I'm me. And I need you to focus on me, not put me in a bucket. Post-in-mind, stroke. I'm still me. I had a stroke, but I'm still me. Recognizing cultural diversity as a valuable resource enhances healthcare practices. Culture care theory by Dr. Menninger is underpinned by fundamental principles that underscore the importance of individualized cultural congruent care. Linger, 2020. At its core, the theory advocates for healthcare practices that honor and integrate patients' cultural values, beliefs, and practices into their experiences. Recognizing and respecting cultural diversity is paramount in meeting the diverse needs of our patients, particularly with the Pacific Islanders community. The principles of the cultural care theory compel us to move beyond one size fits all. I'm not just a patient. I'm not just a number. Moves beyond that one size fits all to healthcare, and instead embrace the unique cultural context in which our patients live and experience illness. Throughout this section, we will delve even deeper into how these principles can inform and enrich our patients and enrich our practices as healthcare providers. By integrating the principles of cultural care theory into our care delivery, we can foster trust, promote engagement. Talk to me. Let me know I'm not just a drop in the bucket. I'm not just one size fits all. Promote engagement and enhance healthcare outcomes for Pacific Islanders. Embracing cultural congruence as a guiding principle, we can create a more inclusive, responsive healthcare environment that meets the diverse needs of our patients. Theoretical underpinnings. Dr. Linger's nursing and anthropological background, along with inspiration from other nursing theories, contributed to the comprehensive framework of the cultural care theory. Dr. Linger's pioneering work in nursing and her cultural anthropology laid the groundwork for development of the cultural care theory. Drawing from her rich background and experiences, Dr. Linger synthesized insights from various nursing theories and cultural anthropology to create a comprehensive framework that emphasizes cultural competence in healthcare. Dr. Linger's profound understanding of dynamic interplay between culture and health informed the theoretical underpinnings of the cultural care theory. By integrating concepts from nursing theories such as Hildegard von Blue, interpersonal relationships theory, and Imogen Keen's theory of goal attainment, Dr. Linger crafted a holistic approach to healthcare that recognizes the central role of culture in shaping health beliefs and practices. Palmer and Kremlich, 2021. In this section, we'll explore the theoretical foundations of cultural care theory, examine its implications for our practice as healthcare providers serving Pacific Islanders specifically. By understanding the theoretical underpinning of the cultural care theory, we can enhance our cultural competence, improve patient outcomes, and provide more effective care within diverse cultural contexts. Optimal. I love that word. So let's talk about cultural competence in advanced practice nursing. Optimal cultural competence involves embracing differences, building trust, and applying the cultural care theory in practice. It enables nurse practitioners to deliver cultural sensitive care to Pacific Islanders. The realm of advanced practice nursing, cultivating cultural competence is not just a goal, but it's a necessity. As healthcare providers, we are entrusted with the responsibility of delivering patient-centered care that respects and integrates the cultural values and beliefs of our diverse patient population. Embracing cultural competence entails more than just acknowledging differences. It requires activity engagement with patients, building trust, and fostering open communication channels. Zochua, 2019. By understanding the unique cultural context in which our patients live and experience illness, we can tailor our case approaches to meet their individual needs effectively. Throughout this section, we'll explore practical strategies for enhancing cultural competence in the advanced practice nursing, particularly within the context of serving Pacific Islanders. From conducting cultural sensitive assessments to incorporating cultural values into care plans. We'll delve into actionable steps, not just speaking it, actionable, that can lead to improved health outcomes and enhance patient satisfaction. Building patient scenarios. At my time at this particular HMO company, I also was a critical care educator, and I was nationally certified for simulation. At the university, I'm involved with the simulation committee, and with our students, we know it is statistically proven, evidence-based, that simulation does improve retention as far as understanding materials. So, using a patient scenario, a hypothetical patient scenario illustrates the application of cultural competence principles in diabetes management for Pacific Islanders. Incorporating cultural factors into care plans enhances patients' engagement and adherence to their treatment. We have to practice. We have to use these simulations to understand how would this impact our patients' understanding of their disease processes, and will this help them to be more compliant? While navigating a hypothetical patient scenario, it offers a practical lens through which we can apply the principles of cultural competence in our everyday practice. By immersing ourselves in a real-world context, we can explore firsthand how to adapt our approach to meet the unique needs of Pacific Islander patients. This section will engage in interactive discussion that delves into challenges and opportunities inherent in providing cultural competence care to Pacific Islanders. We're going to do this through thoughtful exploration of the patient scenario, which will uncover strategies for fostering trust, promoting open communication, and addressing cultural nuances effectively. By embracing the complexities of real-life patient interactions, we can hone in our cultural competence skills and refine our ability to deliver patient-centered care. Through collaborative dialogue and shared insights, well cultivated a deeper understanding of the cultural factors that influences health outcomes and explore innovative approaches to enhance the delivery of care to Pacific Islander patients. Together, we'll embark on a journey of discovery, leveraging the power of patient scenarios to deepen our cultural competence and elevate the quality of care we provide to our diverse patient population. Trust. Trust. Do you trust me? Trust is huge in a lot of communities and cultures. Let's talk about leadership. In my role as a professor, I'm in leadership. My role that I worked at the previous HMO company I worked at, I always tell people that I'm a leader, but I'm not a boss. People don't like being bossed around. And if you're bossing people around, they don't feel trust. And you're going to not have good outcomes. You're not going to have good subordinates. So lead by example. People want to follow a leader. They run from bosses. Being creating a cultural safe environment and fostering trusting relationships are essential for delivering effective healthcare. People don't trust you, they're not going to follow what you ask them to do. You have to be trustworthy. What's huge with the Pacific Islanders is they have this mesh network of family that's interwoven into their community, their kinship, their spirituality. Involving extended families in decision-making processes respect the collective nature of Pacific Islanders' health perspectives. It really does. They want people there around them, and if they're in a hospital, they want the family members, kinship. They may even have an elder adult that's considered wise and, a leader in their community, in their network. Maybe a grandmother, maybe a spiritual leader. They want that part of their care to be involved with that kinship. So you have to incorporate that. You have to incorporate that. If you said, I'm just going to talk to the patient, in a Pacific Islander specifically, you're not going to gain their trust. They want you to be able to say to them in front of their family members and their loved ones. Otherwise, it's not going to be an effective treatment regimen, so have you. We have to respect people's culture. We have to understand their culture. In the realm of culturally competent care, creating a culturally safe environment and nurturing trusting relationships are paramount. Culturally safe environments are those where patients feel respected. I stated before, I can teach you how to care. Hopefully I can inspire you. Respect is caring. You don't have to accept one's culture as your own, but you do have to respect it. I tell my students that all the time. Of course we have biases, different religions, different sexualities, but we have to respect. Culturally safe environments are those where patients feel respected. And as I stated before, let me reiterate, they feel valued. If you give them a safe and value, they're not just a drop in a bucket, cookie cutter patient. They're just not a post in line. They feel valued, they feel understood within the context of their culture, beliefs, and practices. Fostering trusting relationships involves actively involving patients and their families in decision making, specifically with Pacific Islanders. They want their family members be a part in the decision making process regarding their care. By us recognizing the importance of collective decision making and honoring the role of extended families within the Pacific Islanders community, we can promote collaboration and empower patients to take an active role in their healthcare journey. Throughout this session, we'll explore how cultural safety and trusting relationships contribute to improve health outcomes and enhance patient satisfaction among Pacific Islanders. We want to do this by prioritizing cultural safety, building trusting relationships, We can cultivate an environment where patients feel supported. Your kinship is around. We want this environment to be, they feel supported, they feel empowered and confident in the care they receive. Through relative practice and ongoing dialogue, we can further refine our ability to create cultural safe spaces and foster trusting relationships that honor unique cultural identities of Pacific Islander patients. By embracing their culture. Throughout this section, we'll also explore how embracing their culture and their beliefs, we will learn how to have them reach their optimal health goals. We want to embrace their cultural safety in nurturing, trusting relationships. We can advance these principles of cultural competence and promote equitable, patient-centered care with our healthcare practices. Compassionate care. Compassionate care. Compassionate care involves understanding and incorporating cultural practice into patient care. What is compassionate care? Is it empathy or is it sympathy? Some may relate, sympathize, personal experience, but we all can practice empathy. Put yourself in their shoes. Strengthening the therapeutic relationship through culture, immersion enhances patient outcomes. Compassionate care lies at the heart of culturally competent healthcare delivery, especially when catering to Pacific Islander patients. Del Grosso, 2019. It involves a deep understanding and respect for their cultural values, beliefs, and practices that shape their healthcare experiences. Incorporating cultural practices into our care delivery goes beyond medical treatment. It signifies a commitment to acknowledging and embracing the unique aspects of patient cultural identity. We have to learn their culture and tailor it. What is it about the Pacific Islanders that would foster this trust so they can be engaged in their care? Kinship, spirituality, I keep reiterating it. It's very important to them. So by incorporating cultural practice into our care delivery goes beyond medical treatment, like I stated. It signifies commitment to acknowledging and embracing the unique aspects of each patient's cultural identity. By demonstrating empathy and cultural humility, we can foster a sense of trust, belonging, and comfort in our Pacific Islander patients. We're going to explore how compassionate care enhances the patient experience and strengthens therapeutic relationships with Pacific Islanders communities. How do we do this? By valuing cultural diversity and tailoring our approach to that Pacific culture to meet individual patient needs. I'm not just a number. We can create meaningful connections that transcends language and cultural barriers. Continuing education and professional development. This is nothing new to nurses and nurse practitioners as well. We have to have continuing education to keep our license up so we can provide quality care, be up to date on the latest and greatest drugs, treatment plans. But that's not all we should be doing it for. Continuing education and professional development are essential for enhancing cultural competency amongst nurse practitioners. And I'm going to quote Atkins 2021, Improving Staff Knowledge of Cultural Competency. And I quote, continuing education and professional development serve as a foundational pillars for enhancing cultural competence among nurse practitioners. Atkins 2021, end quote. These avenues offer opportunities to expand knowledge, refine skills, and deepen understanding in providing cultural sensitive care to Pacific Islanders. You know, we want to be a part of these workshops and cultural competence training programs so we can deepen our understanding and be proficient. Engaging in workshops, cultural competency training programs, and continuing education courses provide nurse practitioners with valuable insight and strategies for navigating cultural nuances effectively. By actively seeking out these learning opportunities, practitioners can strengthen their ability to address the diverse needs of their patient population. Furthermore, participating in cultural immersion experiences and intercultural dialogue forums can broaden perspective and foster cross-cultural communication skills. These immersive experiences enable practitioners to gain firsthand exposure to different cultural practices and beliefs, firsthand, enhancing their cultural competence and promoting meaningful engagement with the Pacific Islander community. Look towards the future, implications for research and practice. Practical takeaways for nurse practitioners include ongoing research in cultural competence, interventions in exploring the impact of cultural competence on health outcomes among our Pacific Islanders patients. As we look towards the future, exploring implications for research and practice is critical for advancing cultural competency within healthcare, particularly for the Pacific Islanders community. By proactively identifying areas of improvement and innovation, we can strive towards more equitable and inclusive healthcare practices. Investing in ongoing education and research initiatives is paramount for addressing the evolving needs of the Pacific Islander population. Through collaborative partnership, interdisciplinary approaches, we can leverage research to inform evidence-based interventions and enhance cultural competence among healthcare providers. We're going to delve more into potential areas for future research, such as exploring the effectiveness of culturally tailored interventions and examining the impact of cultural competence among health outcomes with Pacific Islanders. By prioritizing research that addresses the unique healthcare challenges faced by the Pacific Islanders, we can drive meaningful change and improve health outcomes for generations to come. It's been a pleasure. As we draw to a close, it's evidence that our pursuit of cultural competence in healthcare is a continuous journey marked by the dedication to a lifelong learning and growth. We want to do this by cultivating cultural competency. It's not just a professional obligation, it's a moral one. And it's imperative for nurse practitioners serving the Pacific Islanders community. By understanding that there are unique cultural norms, beliefs, and practices of Pacific Islanders, healthcare providers can deliver more effective and respectful care. We want to do this by embracing the principles of cultural care theory by Dr. Linier. It's not just an obligation, moral. In concluding our discussion, let's take a moment to reflect on the profound impact of cultural competence in healthcare delivery. As I stated, it's not just about acquiring knowledge, it's about embodying empathy, understanding, and respect, which is caring, for the diverse cultural backgrounds of our patients. Through our collective efforts, we can advocate for positive change within our practice and beyond, championing health equity and social justice for all individuals. Thank you for your unwavering attention and active participation in today's discussion. Let's carry forward our commitment to cultural competence with renewed vigor and determination, knowing that every step we take brings us closer to a more compassionate and inclusive healthcare landscape.